Maybe this feels familiar. You're texting her, waiting for that reply that never comes. You check your phone again, pretending you're not counting the minutes, but you are. And deep down, you already know something's off. The energy isn't the same anymore. Her messages are shorter. Her voice doesn't sound warm like it used to. You tell yourself she's just busy, but your gut knows better. If this is you, you've probably been there staring at her story, wondering who she's laughing with now. You replay conversations in your head, trying to figure out what you said wrong, where it started to change. You remember how she used to look at you, how her eyes used to light up when you spoke. But now there's distance, coldness, silence that eats at you. And maybe you're trying to fix it, trying harder, saying more, doing everything you can just to keep her attention. But somehow, the more you try, the less she seems to care. It's like chasing a shadow. You can see it, but you can't touch it anymore. You start questioning yourself. Was I not enough? Did I imagine what we had? You feel that ache in your chest every time she pulls further away, and all you want is the truth, because somewhere inside, you just need to know, is she truly losing interest? Or was she never really interested in you to begin with? Most men get this part wrong because they chase clarity from women who've already made their decision. They think if they just say the right thing, act a little smoother, or show a little more effort, she'll come around. But that's not how it works. A woman's interest isn't earned through pressure. It's revealed through presence. When she's into you, you'll know. When she's not, you'll feel it. The problem is, most men don't trust that feeling. They ignore the signs because their ego doesn't want to face rejection. Here's the truth. When a woman loses interest, it's not your job to convince her otherwise. A man grounded in his masculinity doesn't chase clarity. He creates it through his behavior. He reads reality as it is, not as he wishes it to be. He knows that begging for attention only kills attraction faster. One of the core principles of being a man is emotional discipline. It means staying centered even when your pride feels bruised. It's not coldness, it's self-respect. You don't need to fight for a spot in someone's life who's showing you they don't value it. You simply observe, accept, and move forward with quiet certainty. When you stop reacting out of fear of losing her, something powerful happens. You start gaining yourself back. That calm strength you carry, that's what separates boys from men. So before you try to win her back, pause. Watch what she does next, because the truth about her interest isn't hidden. It's always been right in front of you. It's late. The glow from your phone lights up the dark room as you scroll through old messages, the ones where she used to laugh, send heart emojis, ask where you were. Now it's just you and that quiet screen. You type something, stare at the words, then delete them. You tell yourself not to care, but the silence feels heavier than words ever could. You remember the first time she looked at you like you were the only man in the room, the way her eyes lingered, the way her laugh came easy. Back then, every conversation felt alive. You didn't have to try. It just flowed. But somewhere along the way, that warmth faded. Her replies got shorter. Her calls became excuses. You felt it slipping, one unanswered message at a time. You started showing up more, texting faster, trying to prove you were worth her time. But the more you reached out, the further she drifted. It's like hugging smoke. It's there, but it never stays. And in those quiet moments after she left you on scene, you'd tell yourself, maybe she's busy, maybe tomorrow. But deep down, you knew. You could feel it in her tone, in the distance between every word. Now you're sitting there, phone in hand, heart heavy, but strangely calm. Because what hurts most isn't losing her, it's realizing you were the only one who was ever truly there. And as that truth sinks in, one question keeps echoing in your mind. When she started fading, was it really her you were trying to hold on to? Or was it the version of her you created when she once cared? Most men think if they just try harder, she'll suddenly see their worth. They believe effort can manufacture attraction, but it can't. You can't make someone feel something that isn't there. When a woman isn't interested, your intensity doesn't inspire her. It suffocates her. The harder you chase, the more she pulls away, because energy that's desperate doesn't feel safe. It feels heavy. She didn't lose interest. She just stopped pretending another false belief. that her disinterest means you weren't good enough. That's not true either. Her lack of interest isn't a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of compatibility, timing, and emotion. You're measuring your worth by her attention when her attention was never yours to own. A man's value doesn't rise or fall with how a woman feels about him. It's constant, steady, unshaken. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself and maybe the biggest lie, thinking you need to fix something to win her back. But you don't need to change who you are to be chosen. You just need to stop betraying yourself for temporary validation. Every time you chase someone who doesn't want you, you're teaching yourself to settle for half love. She stopped showing up for you because you stopped showing up for yourself. Wake up to this truth. You don't lose power when a woman walks away. You gain it back. The moment you stop trying to convince her, you start reconnecting with the man who doesn't beg for love. He attracts it by being complete on his own. The 1% headman doesn't chase interest, he reads energy. He doesn't cling to what's fading because he understands that real connection can't be forced. When a woman starts to pull away, most men panic. They text more, question themselves, and lose composure. But the headman, he gets quieter, more centered. He lets reality speak because he knows that silence often tells him more than words ever could. This is what he understands. Attraction isn't something you create through effort. It's something that grows in the space you allow. When she loses interest, he doesn't see it as rejection. He sees it as direction. He knows that her lack of desire is simply the universe's way of guiding him back to himself. The headman doesn't chase clarity, he embodies it. He moves with purpose, not panic. When something isn't for him, he doesn't fight it. He releases it, knowing that a man who truly values himself never needs to beg to be seen. His confidence doesn't come from attention, it comes from alignment. This is how he leads with presence, not pressure. His energy says, I'm whole with or without you. And that calm certainty, that's what makes people lean in, because in a world full of men trying to be noticed, the one who's at peace with being unseen holds all the power. The 1% headman doesn't fear losing her. He fears losing himself while trying to keep her. And that's the difference. He's not driven by emotion. He's guided by truth. He knows that a woman's disinterest isn't the end of his story. It's just the reminder of who he was before he forgot his worth. It happens quietly. There's no dramatic goodbye, no final message, just a moment, simple, almost ordinary, when you finally stop checking your phone. You look at the empty screen, and for the first time it doesn't sting. You realize you're tired. Not from loving her, but from abandoning yourself to keep her interested. You sit there, breathing deeper than you have in weeks, and something shifts. The memories that used to hurt now just feel distant, like echoes from another life. You remember who you were before her, how you used to laugh without waiting for someone's reply, how you carried yourself without needing to be seen. There's this quiet voice inside that whispers, you've been enough all along. You just forgot. You forgot that your value isn't measured by how someone else feels about you. It's reflected in how you feel about yourself when you're alone. And suddenly that silence you used to hate doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels peaceful. You realize that love isn't meant to drain you. It's meant to meet you. Anything less than that was never love. It was longing. You stand up, not because you've moved on, but because you've woken up. The need to prove your worth fades. The ache turns into acceptance, the waiting turns into presence, and in that stillness, you feel something powerful, the return of your own energy, the quiet strength that was buried beneath the chase. You finally understand. She didn't walk away to hurt you. She walked away to remind you that you were never supposed to chase what doesn't choose you. So if she's pulling away, don't chase. Don't try to fill the silence. Let it speak. Because what's meant for you won't need convincing, and what isn't will always slip through your hands, no matter how tightly you hold on. You don't need to decode her actions anymore. They already told you everything. Stand still, breathe, remember who you were before you thought her interest defined you, because sometimes losing her isn't the loss, it's the lesson, and the real power isn't in getting her back. It's in finally realizing you never needed to.